Hello, people! This is your host and host Krante once again back with another new What If, and this is What If our boy, aka Zukumidoria D. Deku, was Iron Man Part 3. Yeah, I haven't been doing that for a long time because I had to finish other series which were doing well. But I'm gonna finish this series. Sorry, you're gonna hear some train because I live near a train station and it gets noisy, extremely noisy here. Okay, so in the last part, Deku got into UA High, and it's gonna be the cork apprehension test. Aizawa tells everyone "Hey, people, let's get into that." And okay, by this time frame, Deku already gets his nano technical, he gets his nanobot Iron Man armor suit, so which can adapt to any kind of situation. So yeah, he kind of has the armor which Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man has in the Infinity Wars. Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2. Yeah, he's kind of has the same kind of armor, which he has literally all he has a wristwatch. He pushes a button and his armor becomes his armor just forms. And people are okay, we're gonna do cocker apprehension test. And Aizawa calls Deku and hey, you, since you got the highest mark. And Baku is what, you Deku, the useless Deku, you have a pathetic cock, how did you get the highest mark? Well, or Deku says, well, watch and learn. And he creates he pushes the button on his wristwatch, and his armor, what happens when the Thanos's goons attack New York, what Iron Man does, it's same thing. It just literally, the armor comes. Sorry about that noise. The armor comes, surrounds his body, and he becomes Iron Man. And it's okay. So Aizawa throws him the ball and says throw as high as you can. So Deku is as high as I can. Okay. So he creates a massive energy, a repulsor, which just comes from his hand, and he puts the ball and he throws it upward into space, and throws Jarvis, let's just do it. And there's a sound and it just gets infinity. As the Iron Man armor from the Infinity War arc, Infinity War movies, that is just one of the most OP armor. That's even OPier than the Might Buster and the Hulk Buster armor. Yeah, so that's an OP armor. So he gets the armor and he just puts it through, and he just aces the come on, Ida has just engine on his legs. Deku can fly. Iron Man can fly with super power boosting rockets on his legs and on his other parts of the body. So yeah, it's not even a contest. So he just scores the highest mark, and he goes to the hero support classes too, along with the hero courses. And there he meets with Mei Hatsume, and he's oh, come see my babies. And Deku's okay. And he says gadget, and he's oh, these are brilliant ideas, but I think we can improve upon them. And he's just how we could do a cerebro network thing. And he's wow, I never thought of it. And they tinker around and they create more amazing tech. So yeah, Mei Hatsumi and Deku will create an even more powerful even more powerful, suit, because Deku's current suit that he builds with Mei Hatsume will be a vibranium mixed with adamantium. It's gonna be super absorbent of impact because it will absorb every kinetic energy, and it will be indestructible, like adamantium and vibranium. So a combo of that, but they're gonna be nanobots, so all of them will stay in there, and it will like self-repair. The armor will self-repair. We'll have like the armor itself will have healing properties, because it's nanobot. It's gonna replicate, and it's gonna create and replicate. Yeah, that's how it will happen. And that suit is gonna be like yeah, that suit is gonna be like super uber powerful. So yeah, it's gonna become like even OP'er than regular timeline Iron Man. So we are gonna do the USJ arc. So in the USJ arc, 13 gives her annoying little speech, and yeah, and all the villains and Kurogiri and Shigaraki comes, and they're like, hey goons, attack everyone! And Kurogiri teleports, and like Suyu and Minata and Deku gets into the water area, and Deku just like takes Suyu and Minata, and it's just like, Jarvis, lock and load. He says lock and load, and Jarvis just like tracks everyone, like what Iron Man does, like tracker, identifying targets, tracking complete, ready to fire, and he says light them up, and there's like a bunch of like repulsor beams and like bullets and missiles, and all of them are like, depending on how much force he needs to take each and individual villain, because the Jarvis will like get access through like all the villains database, all the database in the earth, and he will like access which are the like which weakness does individual villains have. So he will like kill them up, and he just like, and he even flies up and he's like, Jarvis, eliminate all threats, just stun them, do not kill them, let's get it on, lock and load. And he just like bodies everyone, like left and right, he bodies everyone, because the AI is that powerful. And sorry, I have a cold, sorry guys. If you guys do not subscribe, my cold will not go away, so please subscribe. Yes. Sorry. By the way, he will go to like Shigaraki and Kurogiri, where like Shigaraki and Kurogiri were fighting like Eraserhead, and Eraserhead is in the like back foot, and he's like, I'm so hurt, and Deku is like, don't worry sir, I will get clear of it. So like Shigaraki touches Deku, and his metal like decays a little bit, and he's like, and Eraserhead tells him, do not let him touch you, otherwise he will decay you, or you will be like a vegetative state like me. And he's like, okay, noted, let's see, I have to fight with you. So your power essentially works with when there's close, like when we're in close proximity. Jarvis, let's light him up, and he just like does like an repulsive beam from his chest, and Shigaraki is knocked out. Kurogiri is like, Master Shigaraki! And he brings out the Nomu, and the Nomu tries to fight with him, and he brings out like a bunch of Nomus. Nomu's like punching him left and right, and he's like, oh, tough guy, and regenerates too. Jarvis call out Might Buster, and as he says Might Buster, his armor essentially becomes like a Might Buster armor. Like he doesn't have to get a new armor, he just gets an armor like on his, because his armor is essentially nanite, and he just like gets like he just becomes like a Hulkbuster size armor robot, and he just like decks the shit out of like the Nomu, like All Might does. He just decks the shit out of Nomu, and that Nomu is like, it's not dead, but it's not getting up either. And there's like several Nomus like that, and Deku is like, Jarvis, bring home the party. And all like 50 other there's like 50 other Nomus, and there's like 50 other armors fly down from several places, and there's just like a dome, like a dome of like armors, from every direction, like a big circle of armors lining up, different armors, and people are like, holy shit, how many did he made? And all the students are like, and Baku's like, damn, Deku, he surpassed me again. And he just like takes care of like a one Nomu that gets like that teleports, one Nomu that is stealthy, one Nomu that becomes invisible, one Nomu that can control, like that has like humongous fire blast. He just like single-handedly like destroys them, single-handedly puts them down, like to the exact counter they have. Like the one that uses like mega fire blast, the Nomu that he sent was like the armor that the Nomu that had like humongous fire blast, like the amount of like prominence burn. Yeah, he sends like the Iron Man Mark 20 armor, which is called like lava variant. So he made that armor specifically in order to go into a volcano and like do operation inside a volcano, or do anything, fight or do anything in volcano. So like, I mean, if an armor can survive the heat of a volcano, will it be like a fire blast of the prominence burn? Will it even matter? That thing's gonna get decked out. And there's like a supersonic like armor, which is like super lightweight, but it's just like super duper fast. It gets rid of a super high speed Nomu. It's just like, I mean, he just like single-handedly destroyed everyone. And All Might comes, and All Might is like, oh, I am here, and all the heroes come, and Deku is like, okay, yeah, you can lock them up. I will go to the workshop. And they're like, who is this kid? Who is this kid? And after the whole incident, there's like the like the school festival arc. Deku doesn't like participate because people said like, man, if you participate, you're gonna win. So he sits on the commentary and with present mic, and is like, he's like a bad color commentator. He just like gets excited when there's like a match that involves some ladies, and it's like, yeah, I would love to get her number because she is fine. Like when Uraka had like match, and after that, the present mic announces like, we have like Bakugo. Let's just say like Tsukuyomi wins because I like the bird guy. Knight. I mean, I should make a what if where Deku gets Tsukuyomi's dark shadow power. Tsukuyomi is cool, like darkness power. That's cool. And I should make a what if where Deku gets like darkness power, like power to create darkness, or like the Blackbeard's fruit. Yeah, that will be amazing. Yeah, dark fruit. Yeah, that will be an amazing what if, I think. Yeah, what do you guys say? Like, what if I make like, what if Deku had Blackbeard's ability, dark fruit? Yeah, hit me up in the comment what you if you guys want me to make that what if. So President Mike announces that, okay, so we have like top 5 heroes, and top 5 heroes will fight with our best student, that is Izuku Midoriya, and they're like, okay, his quirk is super intelligence, not a extremely powerful quirk, but with his quirk he made some amazing gadget. And Deku is like, but I wasn't aware of it. And someone says, kid, the thing I have heard about you could do things. And so All Might endeavor best genus, other pro heroes that does like number like top 5. I don't know them that well. Miracle, Hawks also. In this scenario, Hawks is like the 5th most powerful hero, I guess. And like Dracoon, yeah, Ryuku, the dragon hero Ryuku. They all fight, and Deku like beats the shit out of them. Like Deku doesn't even fight in there. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight, but I will fight them. He just calls like bunch of armors like specifically for specific people, and the armors beat them. So he just controls them sitting on the outside of the arena, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. And he has like a cerebral link connector, so he can control, like he can direct, like, and he's like, Jarvis is saying like, sir, power capacity, like cerebral output is 98%. And Deku is like, yeah, that's good, we can do it. And he beats the shit out of All Might with Might Buster. And like when All Might is like, ha ha ha, I am here, you should get serious about me. And he's like, nope, I have a armor that was specifically designed to knock you down. What if you went rogue? And he creates and he says, behold, Might Buster. And he says, Jarvis, bring out Might Buster. And out of the satellite, yeah, Deku has a satellite, because I mean, why wouldn't he? It's like a capsule, like a humongous capsule coming and crash down, and everybody's like, what? And out of the capsule there's like Might Buster armor comes, like, which has like a color scheme of like All Might. Yeah, it has a color scheme of All Might, and the armor says, ha ha ha, I am here. And everybody's like everybody's laughing, and Deku is like, I respect the hell out of you, All Might, but I'm gonna have to beat you. So he beats, like, even the Jarvis like scans, sir, I have found a difficult injury and weak spot for All Might. And it's like, oh, where is it? So he continuously punched there, and All Might just coughs blood, and then he knocks him out. For Endeavor, he uses the armor that can withstand like volcano. Yeah, and Deku says like, well, that should be sufficient, I think. For Dracoon hero, he uses a armor which has like humongous like claws, like laser claws. As soon as like Dracoon tried to like claw, because Dracoon is like, Ryuku is like a Dracoon hero, and she's like a humongous dragon. Just like it can shrink down and become big. So it shrinks down and attacks her weak spots, and like cuts her wings. Yeah, and she can't fly, and she's like, oh, you beat me. So for best genus, who can like attack with like a lot of like, I mean, best genus power is essentially threads, like fabrics. So he creates he like sends a he sends a armor which has like a force field, like a humongous force field, like what Android 17 has, like that kind of force field. But in here, if you touch the force field, you just like get vaporized. So that force field just comes to best genus, like follows him like a tracking, and best genus is like, I give up, I quit. So that's it. Sorry, I have a really bad cold. So he just like single-handedly defeats the top 5th or top 10th. Yeah, that's just a top 10th. And he's like, yeah, now, and everybody in the UA High, Principal Nezu, like Eraserhead, and even All Might they come like, publicly announce the armor hero Ironman to be the next hero. And he gets his hero license, not the professional hero license, the main hero license, on the spot, in live television, in publicly. And he says that he graduates from UA High. No, he doesn't. He graduates from UA High. And Deku is like, well, I still wanted to finish the course, so let me finish the course. And Deku's like, yeah, and people are like, but you don't need to. Well, I had want to be at least do the hero support, and he's like, yeah, okay, okay, whatever. So he does that. So the forest training arc, Deku doesn't go. He just makes like, bunch of toys, and as soon as he hurts okay, by the way, in the host city, Ida gets killed with Stain, and that just makes Deku mad, and he wants to track Stain, and he creates like an algorithm where anywhere he can see like Stain's face, his drones and his like armors are patrolling, and the armors will come and try to like take Stain. So our armor literally latches onto Stain and like incapacitate it makes so that Stain can't move, knocks him out with like sedative gas, with like sleeping gas or something like that, and he just like takes Stain to the police, and the police is like Stain is in the custody. So the incident with like Stain, like people like Davi and Togata and Twice doesn't get like they don't join the hero like villain society, villain league of villains. Okay, so the what am I saying? I need to write a script. So the forest arc, Bakugo gets captured, Kota gets killed by Muscular, but like Dabi or stuff like that other villain, that Kota, like Bakugo gets captured by Shigaraki because he thinks he's gonna turn him into a villain, and Deku is like, okay, Kachan, he might have been a dick to me, but he was my like youngest friend, so I'm gonna help like rescue him. And he like plots like and he gets the information from Momo Yarurazu that she put a tracker, and he's like, okay, you guys along with us, we're gonna save Kachan. So they save Kachan, and All For One comes and he's challenging All Might, and Deku comes and he's like, and he says that, hey, get out of my city, you villain. And just nobody like you cannot challenge the number one hero. And All For One is like, who are you saying nobody? I'm the Shadow King. And as soon as he says that, the Might Buster armor like literally punches All For One, and All For One is like, you will regret that. And like battle between All For One and Deku has, and he recalls the Might Buster armor. That's not like swift enough. I need a better armor. So he shows the new armor that like he and Mei Hatsumi created. I'm gonna name that armor like Ironman Armor X. Yeah, because it has adamantium in it. Armor X. Mark, like Armor X. And that he like literally like gets the shit done in a matter of like under a minute. He beats the shit out of All For One from every direction. Like All For One is like trying to like, I mean, come on, if you've seen Infinity War, that armor literally like held against like Thanos with an Infinity Gauntlet, who literally with like a power stone, just the power stone, single-handedly pulled Titan's moon towards them and chucked a moon in them. And like Iron Man fought with that guy and held against his own, and he just like, he was hurting Thanos. He wasn't beating him, but he was hurting Thanos. And that armor, the current armor is even more OP'er than that, because he has like vibranium and adamantium. So every time like All For One tried to hit him, the vibration that he absorbed, it was like redirected into power or energy. And just like, I mean, do I have to put a logic? Iron Man Deku just wins because he's OP. He's OP as hell. He just wins. He's the beats the shit out of like All for One, and like sends him to police. And he just like, okay, this guy is too dangerous, so he uses like a shrinking device and puts him in a capsule and locks him forever. And the police are like, whoa, that is better. Like he creates a system where like the dangerous like villain, they're like the threat level are like much higher for villains who has like very very higher threat level. He shrinks them down, put them in a capsule, and just like, you know, like Ant-Man Pym particle. Yeah, he creates something like that. Ooh, I should do a what if Deku was Ant-Man. That would be cool. So he creates something like that and shrinks them down and puts them in a capsule, as in a suspended animation also. Like, yeah, and they're like no threat, and crime is like below. And he say like within months he gets rid of like Metal Liberation Army. He gets rid of all the loose end league of villains. Gigantomachia is not a joke. Gigantomachia is a joke to him. Yeah. And like Shigaraki or Dr. Ojoko, all of the like, he literally like cleans Japan within a matter of months. Then he goes and cleans the rest of the world. Like he cleans USA, Italy, India or France or whatever. Like he just like single-handedly like made humanity safer. I mean, there are petty crimes, but now he's just like so he's like he's not like a hero for Japan. He's the number one hero globally. He's not the number one hero in Japan. He's the number one hero globally. And he says like, no more warheads, no more nuclear heads. And he's making like gigantic arc reactors for everyone, and he creates like free energy for everyone. Like he literally has power plants in every city, like arc reactor power plants in every city, and he provides free energy. And people hail him as like a messiah who has provided in this modern day, if you give anyone free energy, they're gonna think you're the best, you're the messiah of the world. So he gave them free energy. He makes new tech innovations. He made like nanobots public, so like everyone who has like terrible diseases or like muscle tissue or like bad cellular regeneration, will like the nanobots will repair them. So yeah, he essentially creates an utopia, and that is where we're gonna left off. Like that is the part 3 and the part finale of What If Deku Was Iron Man, because he beats all the villain and he like makes an utopia in this earth. Just like the Earth civilization became significantly more like technology oriented because of him. The entire Earth civilization became significantly like technology oriented in a matter of decade. Like we became like space traveling, like from normal Earth to we became like Star Wars, like traveling even higher speed than light speed in space. Yeah, when people are like now, like people are like looking for like new sentient life in this world. Yeah, because of him, there is no crime in Earth, and Earth is essentially an utopia, and the people of Earth became explorers. And like within a matter of like 50 or 20 years, within a matter of 50 years, people of the Earth became explorers, and they're exploring for life on the space, because we became technologically that advanced because of one man who built an armor to reduce crime. And he's essentially like in the history books, he's dead. After his death, like 20 years after his death, the world became more innovative. After his like death, Deku will die eventually. Everybody has to die because of old age. So after his death, Deku just like becomes like uploads his consciousness into a computer, yeah, and tries to like act. No, he's not gonna upload his consciousness. That's too much of a cruel fate. But the humankind just becomes like explorer for the space, and Deku is held as the hero, the savior of mankind. Iron Man, the armor hero. Iron Man, the savior of the mankind. So this is your host and those Kranti once again signing off and saying tata, goodbye, love you. You have to get, you guys, if you like this comment, if you like this what if, you have to subscribe, share, like, comment, share with your friends and family. And if you want to check out some music, you can check out some music. I make some meme music, I make some instrumentals, rock music, metal music too, and some Karen metal. I guess everybody would love Karen metal, like people freaking out, and I make metal riffs on top of it. You might like it. So if you want to check out my music, check out my music, other what ifs. You want to explore my channel, have fun. And this is your host and host Kranti once again signing off. Tata, bye bye, saying I love ya. Just sharing is caring, and subscribing is loving.